That's Demario Davis with us, the Saints linebacker, live on NFL Now. Congratulations on that win. And Demario is in the huddle now, taking the place that used to be occupied by Drew Brees before the game to get the team hyped. And they're 4-0 with Teddy Bridgewater and no Drew Brees. So, Demario, it's all you, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. That speech is huge. I think when I stepped into that huddle the first time last year, and to be in that huddle, having watched that, kind of growing up, and when I was in high school and college, and Drew leading that, you feel that energy, and it's like a sacred moment that happens before a game. And so, when Drew asked me to step in a couple weeks ago, I didn't have no problem doing it. But it was so much more about, getting him brought back into that and then collabing with him. So, me giving like a little pregame, and then Drew kind of doing the chant, and the guys wanted to bring the chant back. And so, man, that's a powerful moment, man. I wish a lot of people got the chance to experience that, but man, it's rare and it's real, man.
Demario, I want to go back to something you just said. You're 30, all right? You watched Drew Brees do that in high school? You're making us all feel old.
Yeah, I mean, the Super Bowl chant was my second year in college.
Wow.
And so, it just, I think it speaks the most to him and his longevity and the type of career that he's put together, and still be doing everything at a high level like that, man. It's a blessing and honor to be a part of it.
Yeah, it must be pretty cool to be able to step into that huddle after watching it in high school, growing up, obviously, not too far from New Orleans, and seeing Drew Brees do that. Now Teddy Bridgewater is doing it. He is 4-0 as a starting quarterback. And I know that yesterday the offensive numbers weren't lights out. Bridgewater actually, Demario, apologized to defensive coordinator Dennis Allen because he says that he doesn't want to put the defense in a bad spot. Do you accept the apology?
No, man, we don't even think about it like that. Teddy's a great guy, man, great dude, and it's no shock that he's 4-0. I mean, he was lights out when he was starting quarterback in Minnesota, and now he's here and he's doing the same thing. But our team is so much about complementary football. And Coach Payton does a good job of telling us always be prepared to play the game that's in front of you. And sometimes we need a huge offensive display. Sometimes we need a great defensive display like yesterday. And sometimes it's like one of those games that just kind of goes back and forth, and we need a big special teams play. And I think that just the reason why the Saints have been successful these past few years is just playing good complementary football. And so Teddy just came in and doing a great job and filling that void there, and we're rolling, and we just want to keep it rolling.
And Teddy has played very good football. He's shown leadership, and you guys are winning. That defense and Teddy, two huge pieces why you guys are winning. And that defense, Demario, that you're a huge part of, also did a job shutting down Gardner Minshew. Let's walk down the Brandon, Mississippi memory lane here. This was kind of cool. You and Gardner Minshew, Brandon High School alums here, exchanging jerseys afterwards. I know you hugged it out. You wished him the best of luck. How cool was this for your town?
Well, first of all, I got to give a hashtag BOE, Brandon over everything, for all the people back home. I mean, that was a huge moment for the town, man, to have two former Brandon Bulldogs playing on the same field. And kudos to him, because he's our first, I think, quarterback to be a starting quarterback in NFL. And so just a huge moment and being able to have that game. And, even like we talked about Drew in retrospect and me watching him, he was a high school kid watching me play. I remember going back and talking at the school when he was a quarterback throwing for 11,000 yards at the school. And I knew he had the talent, and it's amazing to see him here now and us playing against each other. And so I was able just to kind of talk to him after the game and, give him some words of wisdom and encouragement, letting him know the future is bright for him. And what a great moment, man. And it felt good to be 1-0 in the Brandon Bowl.
Yeah, the Brandon Bowl. I like it. That's what we're going to call this one moving forward whenever you guys do play again. You mentioned encouragement here. Demario, I don't know if you saw this tweet before the game, but did you get encouragement from the Pope? Because the Pope tweeted before the game, and he didn't mean you guys, but he wrote hashtag, or whomever does his tweets, wrote hashtag Saints, and Twitter threw the fleur-de-lis up there. So you were cheered on by the Pope yesterday. Did that factor, Demario, encouragement from the Holy Father?
Well, I think most of our Twitters were probably turned off at the time the tweet went out. But, I mean, everything's happened the way it's supposed to. And definitely felt good having him in our corner, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally. I personally want to try to get him a Man of God headband now. So everything works out the way it should.
Which you were last week. Well, you now, guys, maybe can connect via Twitter. You guys can DM each other, potentially you and the Pope. The Pope DM'd me, which I believe is a new show. Demario Davis there, live on Saints Cam after they pick up another victory. And they get the Bears coming up next as well on the road. Thank you, Demario. New Orleans 4-0.
All right, thank you. Be blessed.